Hey folks, I'm Tina Hui with Follow the Coin, and we're here with Rick Day. Rick, please introduce yourself and tell us about Igot. How do you say it?
Igot, yeah.
Igot. So yes, please tell us everything.
All right, so hi guys, my name is Rick Day. I'm the founder of Igot.com, a Bitcoin exchange that was founded in Australia in 2014, January of 2014. Since then, we have expanded to over 40 countries, including the European Union. We are also the only one in UAE, biggest one in India, biggest one in Australia, and so on. And we keep adding new features based on feedbacks from users and surveys that we conduct and whatnot. So our latest feature right now that we are going to talk a lot about is merchant processing.
So tell us about merchant processing. While we're on the topic, why did you decide to, tackle merchant processing, and what are the product offerings, and what's the key differentiating factors?
So key differentiating factors, I'll get to that in a minute. Why did we start merchant processing? We are a Bitcoin exchange, and we have proven ourselves in the past 14 months or so, and we keep getting inquiries from businesses, retailers, online retailers that, hey, can you help us accept Bitcoin on our website? And given our position in Australia, India, UAE, which is also a really, really good market for online retail, e-commerce is booming in these countries. We thought we could seize the opportunity over there and become one of the biggest merchant providers in the area.
So do you see a lot of merchant adoption, a lot of consumer plays, and people kind of being active in the space where you are based or where you've been launched?
Yes, absolutely. So we have seen a lot of development in the past 14 months. When we first started, all our customers were day traders, right? They would come, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell all day long. But slowly but surely, we've seen the shift where retirees are coming to the website and trying Bitcoin, putting their pension fund sometimes, which is scary. But
Yes.
but we do advise them not to go overboard with it and whatnot. We're seeing a lot of women coming and buying and selling Bitcoin from in their 20s, 30s to 60s. Our oldest customer actually is 91 years old.
Wow.
So we are seeing the shift constantly in the landscape of Bitcoin. And where we are located, primary market, of course, is Australia, followed by India and UAE. We see a lot of demand there for people wanting to try Bitcoin.
Why do you think that is?
Something to do with mass adoption, of course. PR, news channels, media, they're talking a lot more about Bitcoin than they ever did. Earlier, it was all negative news, but now we are seeing the slide from neutral to positive scale.
Right.
And that helps a lot. And more folks are trying Bitcoin, and more businesses want to accept it because of the cost. Because we charge only 0.5% of the transaction fee. Your credit card fee would be 2.5 to 3%. You have to wait a few days, and if it's an international processing house, you have to pay the exchange rate to convert from US dollars to Australian dollars or rupees, and that's where they get you.
Right.
So everyone, including your bank, is making money, but you are spending a lot of money accepting these credit cards or Bitcoin processing from foreign companies, which are not local. Our big play here is that we are local. So we have local banking relationship in all the countries we operate. So we
Okay.
pay you next business day. Uh, you don't have to worry about the volatility of Bitcoin because we let you, and like any other exchange, of course, any other merchant services, we let you exchange your Bitcoin for cash right away or fiat right away. But a differentiating factor would be we let you convert your Bitcoin to 10 different kinds of currencies based on all the countries we operate. So if you got, say, $10 worth of Bitcoin from a customer, you could say, hey, I need $5, 5 Bitcoins in Australian dollars. 2 Bitcoin worth in Indian rupees and whatnot. So, and this is great because when you're an e-commerce website and you're international and you need to ship products, say in Germany or India, but you're based in Australia, we can make that happen for you, and you can pay your local suppliers from. Igot's Indian exchange ring. You could do the same in Germany. You could do the same in UAE or Australia.
Oh, that's fantastic. So then it's seamless international commerce, basically.
That's I aim. Yeah.
So tell us, I mean, what has it been like to kind of, you know, capture the audiences or capture traffic and merchant adoption in all these different, very different regulatory and even political and banking environments economically?
Yeah, so it has not been a park and walk,
Walk in the
walk in
park.
the park. Sorry,
I'm terrible with expressions as well.
but
So.
yeah, so no, it's not easy, of course, but we work closely with the regulators. We work closely with our banking partners as well. We have several payment providers that we use, and we try to meet all the regulations. To begin with, we do our own AML, KYC, and whatnot, and we follow all the rules there or all the laws there are to follow
For
throughout
each region, right?
for each region. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're more or less the same. Everyone just is concerned about funding terrorism, money laundering. So the basis of those laws, anti-money laundering, is pretty much the same everywhere. Of course, some governments require you to do some licensing, provide bonds and whatnot. Some don't. So it's different for different jurisdiction. But we work closely with the lawyers, the regulators, as well as our bankers.
So have you seen a lot of traffic from the U.S.?
We do see a lot of traffic from the US, but unfortunately, we do not accept US customers at this point.
Oh, interesting.
The reason is we need MSB to launch in the US, which we don't have. Again, we have to go to all 50 states, put the bonds and the paperwork. It's a long-term project. It's a business in its own. So, our primary focus right now is to make sure we're doing everything right with our exchange. We are providing all the good services that people expect from us, including the launch of merchant services. But we do plan to launch in the US. It's in the works, and hopefully in next 6 to 8 weeks, we will be live in the US.
And I will be talking to you again.
Absolutely, you'll have to. That time I'll wear a shirt.
Oh, there we go. Well, no, this is fine. I mean, we all know that, well, Bitcoin companies are startups at the core still. It's still a pretty nascent technology. So it's been one of those things that everybody's like, oh, you should be, way up here with
Yeah.
the way you're operating. But actually, we're all just startups.
Yeah, I always say this to everyone. We are a startup in a startup. So Bitcoin itself is a startup, and we are a startup in that startup. So
Very well said. Yeah, something to consider, right? And so,
yeah.
what do you think about all of the changes where Bitcoin seems to be becoming more institutionalized, and all of the big governments are starting to really take notice, and the news is starting to say positive things about it. What have you seen kind of from that side of the world?
So we are seeing a lot of shift from only the tech guys who understand the blockchain and hot wallets and vaults and the difference between them and all that to normal average people trying to use it. And because the governments are taking interest, institutional investors are taking interest. I think that's a good thing for Bitcoin. It will, over time, not right now, not overnight, but over time, it will also help with the volatility problem that we have in Bitcoin, and will somehow see a more or less stable currency at some point. I don't know when. I cannot predict it, but we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. All the big boys are involved in Bitcoin. People are taking interest, so it's great. It's great for Bitcoin.
You don't feel as though maybe the volatility in prices at least kind of leveled out some in this $250 USD range, or no?
Well, I actually gave an interview a couple of months ago, and they asked me what's the ideal price, and I was like, I think it will go about 270 and then settle for 250. So we're seeing that, and it is more or less there right now.
Right.
But any other times that it has been stable for a real long time, it either goes high or goes, we lose 20-30% value. So I hope that doesn't happen. But
Too
with all the
high.
good, yeah, with all the good news in the media right now, all the folks in the Bitcoin community are doing great work and coming out with innovative ideas. I think we're on the right track.
Where do you think Bitcoin is seeing kind of the biggest surge of popularity and innovation at the moment?
Uh, can you repeat that question for me?
Oh, where do you think Bitcoin is getting the most popularity and the surge of activity and innovation and you know forward movement at the moment in the
So,
world?
forward movement, I think bigger retailers accepting Bitcoin is definitely the way to go. And that is definitely helping the whole Bitcoin currency in itself with mass adoption and whatnot. And as we see clear regulations from different countries like UK, Australia, US has already clarified most of it, but once we get through the bit license part in New York, it'll be much clearer for the entrepreneurs to predict and innovate. Right now, we are all innovating, of course, and there's no restriction as such, and that's a great thing. But at the same time, Igot and me personally, I am pro regulations. I want it to be regulated, so we can operate our business like any other
Right.
businesses, like any
Well,
other
it
payment processors.
definitely. Well, I think regulation will maybe bring a layer of legitimacy to Bitcoin,
Exactly.
right? And so
Exactly.
most people can start to trust it more.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
an unfortunate growing pain.
It is, but Skype had the same problem. Internet itself had the same problem. So
Even PayPal have
even
tons of
PayPal had the
problems.
same problems, right?
And
And
banks back in the
and the
day.
banks and everyone does. So it's just a teething problem, and I think we'll get past it. 2015 would be an interesting year.
Definitely, we're already seeing the shift of Bitcoin going from to startup lands and kind of the wild frontier to kind of more
Exactly.
civilization is coming in, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. The other day I was reading an article, schoolgirls in Afghanistan learning about Bitcoin.
Wow.
So we're seeing the change. So it's coming.
So what do you think is the global landscape for Bitcoin in the future?
I think remittance would be the hot topic for
Yes,
Bitcoin.
definitely.
And as long as we have enough exchanges or bigger exchanges present in all those hot corridors, remittance would be Bitcoin's big home run. And we ourselves at Igot, we're targeting remittance market as well. Of course, we're present in UAE, we're present in India as well. And as you probably know, UAE to India corridor for remittance is second largest corridor in the world.
Right.
Indians, for example, send $70 billion home, highest, followed by Chinese, 66 billion, followed by Philippines at 24 billion.
Right.
So I think there is a lot of land grab available in the remittance space, and that's where we'll see a lot of innovations happening in the near future.
So you're definitely going to go and do some interesting
Absolutely.
things in that space as well.
Absolutely. Look, our whole idea about launching in different countries is not because, hey, we want to be in 40 countries, but we work on a paying system that, okay, what's the flow like? If there's a lot of money going from UAE to India, can we solve that problem with Bitcoin? And the answer was yes, absolutely. As long as we have enough liquidity on both ends, enough volumes on both ends, we can make it happen. And we did some test runs from UAE to India, and it worked out great.
That's
Uh,
fantastic.
just last month, we launched a feature called Global Transfer. So now you can transfer money to all the countries we operate in without paying an extra cent, without losing on foreign exchange value, because we have local banking relationship, we have the volumes there. So on one end, you're buying Bitcoin, on the other end, you're selling Bitcoins. For us, you're still trading, but we can make this remittance happen for you rather easily and quickly. In most cases, you'll get the money same day.
That is fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations, and Your press release says you're taking on Coinbase and BitPay. You want to speak to that a bit?
They're industry leaders, of course. There's a lot to learn from those guys. They have the right backers to resources and smart people working there. So, of course, there's a lot to learn from those guys. And for us, we are not trying to compete with Coinbase or BitPay. Not in the US. We'd like to compete with them from the left in other countries. So,
Well, there we go. There's this bold statement. But you guys seem to be really doing very well in the markets that are actually moving Bitcoin quite a bit. So that's exciting, and we can't wait to keep watching what happens.
thank you.
Did we miss anything for Igot?
No, we didn't. Outside of this, what other services we offer? I'll be brief. We offer bill payments. So pay your bill with Bitcoin, pay your rent with Bitcoin. Currently, it operates only in India, Australia and New Zealand. We're expanding the same services to India, Singapore, and UAE, so you can pay your utility bills and your rents with Bitcoin. So that's additional service that we provide at Igot. And yeah, that's about it. That's plenty, if you ask me. It's too much work every single day.
Is your team very big?
uh, Not super big. We're 12 people, 12, 13 people, and we work 6 days a week. So
Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you mean. We try to work 7 days a week, but it's usually more like 6. It's quite a bit of work.
yeah. But it's fun, right? You're working toward building something bigger, better, greater. So we're excited about it for
It's
sure.
a new world. It's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. What else will you do? Sleep if not work? So
Well, thank you for your time. It was really
thank
good
you.
getting to know you better, and I can't wait to see you sometime soon.
Absolutely. See you soon. Thank you, Tina.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.